A lot of my earliest memories are of just playing in the water. My parents inspired me to start swimming. They were really keen sailors when I was growing up, so they were all about water safety. It's always looking up to my dad and just playing in the water that really got me into swimming in a big way. I started doing a more competitive side of swimming once I got into secondary school. At that age, I was a lot more interested in water polo, and then the swimming on the side of that was really more for fitness. For all of my young life, I've been able to align my sporting goals with, looking back now, what I know is body dysmorphia. I've always been able to make that argument in my head. I was doing competitive swimming, so obviously I had to be leaner and I had to be skinnier. Looking back now, I think that did affect my performance. I still find myself slipping into the same habits now. I'll go and do a 3-hour training session and there'll be a little voice in my head that says, I don't need to take on nutrition. And I'm not thinking performance goals there. I'm thinking that's a few extra calories I've got to play with later in the evening. And inevitably, every single time, I'll get an hour into the session and just crash. And I think that idea that there is one body type that is healthy is something that needs to be just stamped out. BMI, that's one of the things that led to my body dysmorphia when I was younger. From age 11 upwards, I knew I was obese. You get up to university, you're ordering swimming costumes for your water polo team. Everyone else is an extra small, a small, a medium. I'm a 2X large. So obviously I'm obese. Asterisk, I'm not. But you don't get told that when you're young. You just get told you're bigger than everyone else. Your BMI is higher than everyone else, so you're unhealthy, you're fat, you're obese, you're disgusting, you're never going to be good at your sport because you need to lose weight. We need to stamp that out immediately. That's the societal pressure that causes the body dysmorphia in younger women. I started doing ultra endurance swim in about 2018, and that's really been the first sport that I've done to a high level that has forced me to confront that thought in my head that I have to be skinnier to be better at what I'm doing. Even just to finish the swim that I did in Guernsey, there is no way that I would have been able to be the first person in the world to complete it if I hadn't put on as much weight as I did. Last year I did my Lake Geneva swim, so I did 70 kilometers in 28 hours. Turns out that's a really long way. At the moment in my swimming, I'm having I call it a little year. I alternate big years and little years. For my mental health, I can't just go all in all year, every year. I have to give myself a little bit of almost work-life balance in my swimming. This year, I'm doing Lake Windermere in the middle of September, which is a 18K end-to-end swim. I'm so excited about it because the training has just been so relaxing. The longest training swim I've done so far has been 4 hours. The shortest training swim I did for Geneva last year was 6 hours. And then next year, I have Loch Ness booked, which is really, really exciting. So it's a 23-mile swim, so same distance as the Channel, but it's freshwater. It's in North Scotland, so it's going to be quite a bit colder. So the challenge for me there is going to be all about how I can keep my cold adaptation going. I'm still working through my relationship with body image now that I am larger than I was going through puberty. Shock horror. I'm trying to work towards, I think, what I've heard called body neutrality. I'm not quite at body positivity yet. I just have to be kind to myself. And for me, that is seeing my body as an instrument of the sports that I want to do. Things that make me happy, things that make me feel more comfortable in my body is setting myself goals and knowing that my body can get me through them. I know that I've put so many years of training on my shoulders now. I know that if I wanted to go and swim a 10K tomorrow, I could easily. And that doesn't mean that I have to like what I look like, but I can be really happy that I can achieve that. And that feeling afterwards, that is what makes me happy.